What happened to the countdown?
Doesn't want to come up.
It went to 8 and then stopped.
Try a different one. All right, let me try it. Let me try it again. Yeah, they're messing around. Let me hit the show. Let me see what the show does with the show.
We're live.
Hi, this is Stef, and I'm here with the G-Man, and we're here for you tonight on a comedy night for the pandemic. I'm sorry we didn't have our intro, and I'm sorry we didn't have our song. For some reason, I'm getting challenges tonight, Alan. Tell me about the challenges.
Right. Yeah, well, we've been blacked out. You've been blacked out once. They put a screen over us. They stopped the broadcast for about a minute and a half. Now they're playing around with the intro, but we just keep going. We're on number 13, heading for 200, 187 more to go.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is if I can't show anything tonight, we'll just discuss it like we normally do. And either way, you know, the words will get the picture out there.
Right.
So we're living in a crazy time right now, Alan, with this pandemic, scandemic, whatever. Mm-hmm. How was your week, bro?
Well, my week was good. I got a few stories about this week, about what went on this week. One is I stopped for gas in a gas station. And in Jersey, you don't pump your own gas, so you have an attendant. And the pump stopped at $19.12. So I said, listen, do me a favor. Put it up to $20, which is 88 cents more. And next thing I know, it's going to $21. So I guess he didn't understand what 88 cents meant. His $20 and my $20, I guess, didn't add up. I did the same thing, I guess. And then from where I live to my girlfriend on the New Jersey Turnpike is $1.85. So I came home from her house last Sunday around 10 o'clock. And I usually have $2 ready for the toll. And I gave the girl $2 thinking I'm getting my 15 cents back. And I asked for a receipt. She gives me a receipt for $1.85 and proceeds to give me 85 cents back. Now, $2 from $1.85 is 15 cents the way I count. But apparently, she likes to give away money. So I got an extra 70 cents in my pocket.
Just like the government, you know, you give it away.
Yeah. And this is a story that happened to me a couple months ago, but this kind of reminds me of this story. I went to a Wawa gas station here, and it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I said to the guy, fill it up, and my car took $25, and I said, can I have a receipt? And he gives me a receipt, and I give him a 50, and he gives me $35 back, and I go, you sure that's right? And he goes, oh yeah. Well, guess what? I was out of that gas station so quick. You know, your head could have spun. I don't know, 35 and 25, the way I count is 60. Okay, so apparently this kid didn't know math too well. So those are a couple of things that happened this week. And then
so you got extra money this week, huh?
This week I got an extra 70 cents from her, and a couple of weeks ago I got an extra $10 from him. So I got enough money to go to the track now or do some scratch offs in Jersey because there's only about 60 freaking games in Jersey, but it's funny, they advertise all these games in Jersey, all these scratch-offs, but then at the end they say, if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLERS Anonymous. Really? But you keep coming out with all these games, though, you know? So kind of like an oxymoron, in my opinion. And then today, I picked up on something that I heard for a couple of days, but for some reason I picked up on it today. And if anybody lives in the New York area is listening to this, they hear the Celino and Barnes, and the Celino and Barnes split up. I think Celino died in a plane crash, I believe. And now Barnes has it by himself, and the Barnes law firm, and he gives a number, and he says 1-8 million, and that's the number. How many people know how many zeros are in millions? It used to be 1-800-000-000, but now he changed his commercial to 1-8 million, and I don't really know offhand, top of my head, how many zeros are in millions, and I don't think too many people do.
You might as well call it $2 trillion for that, you know, bogus budget that was just passed, you know?
Yeah. And then I got to take, you know, everybody knows I take Michael Kay to task. He's one of my favorite sports announcers. I say that sarcastically. because he's not. But in the no-hitter yesterday with Corey Kluber, Michael Kay, I mean, the Yankees have been hitting to like 45 double plays this year, which is like almost double what any other team has done. But Michael Kay says if there's a guy on first base, he actually said this last night during the no-hitter, because the Yankees hit into 3 double plays last night, said that it's actually better to strike out because you only have 1 out that way, as opposed to if your man's on base and you hit a ball, then you might have a double play. Well, I was taught anything could happen if you hit the ball, okay? To an infielder, an outfielder, it doesn't matter. To the pitcher, anything could happen. So where did he come up with this brilliant statement that it's better to strike out when somebody's on base than hit the ball? He actually said this, and if anybody wants to play back the game from last night from Corey Kluber's no-hitter, you will hear him say this somewhere around the 6th inning, maybe.
Well, I can
Is
tell
he out
you.
of his freaking mind?
Yeah, he is.
Well,
I can
think
tell
he
you.
is anyway. So.
I think growing up, I was told playing baseball because I played Little League, Babe Ruth League, and they always said to me, because I was one of the first hitters they would put up to set the table for the big hitters.
Right.
And they would say, you got to make contact. I don't care what you don't strike out, but do your best to either move a runner if there's a runner on base, but you got to make contact. And
you never know what's going to happen when you hit the ball. The guy could throw it away. It could go through his legs. Who knows? It could bounce off his glove. Who knows? But to say it's better to strike out than hit the ball, no, I don't think so. Not the way I was taught how to play baseball, anyway. Well, I don't think too many managers would agree with that. Let's put it that way.
But here's the thing: I don't think he ever played baseball. Really.
I think he played with himself too much, maybe. And he couldn't find his balls. Forget the bat. He wasn't even playing pocket pool. He was playing out of the pocket and couldn't find it. What a dumb statement that is to say as a baseball announcer. And I'm not just picking on. Anybody who heard this would say, "What the hell are you talking about? You're a baseball announcer and you're saying something like that?"
Right. Yeah, you're right. He is showing just his inability to understand what's really the game is about.
And he's been he was a newspaper man before this, and now he's been 20 years as announcer of the New York Yankees. And I don't know what the Steinbrenner family or the Yes Network is listening to, because they should be listening to this, because he's way out there somewhere. He doesn't have a clue. And he must have given Corey Kluber's biography about 18 times last night about he came back from double surgery and he pitched 1 game. He only pitched 1 inning for the Cleveland Indians last year, or Texas Rangers last year. And he kept saying it over and over and over and over and over again. It was like, come on already, stop. We heard this in the 1st inning, we heard it in the 2nd inning, we heard it in the 3rd inning, the 4th inning, the 5th inning, the 6th inning, 7th inning, 8th inning, 9th inning. Come on already, stop already. How many times are you going to say the same thing? The guy was pitching a no-hitter. He pitched a really good game. He walked 1 guy. He had only about 4 balls that were hit real hard on him, and he almost had a perfect game if he hadn't walked that guy. And I think it was the 6th inning. Pitched a good game, as did Domingo Germán today. Pitched a very good game for 6 or 7 innings today, and they won again today, 2-0, which is what they won yesterday without hitting a home run, which they're supposedly they can only win with hitting a home run. Then they're almost in 1st place now. So. All of a sudden, all these guys who were jumping off the bridge, the George Washington Bridge, because they weren't winning at the beginning of the season, now they're not saying a whole lot. So
I got to stop you for a second. I've been trying to put up the words going across, and somebody's on the back end stopping it, moving, from one right up to another. So there's somebody in the back end of our show. I just changed the password. About 9 o'clock this morning. So looks like I got to change the password 8:30 at night now, because they must have a lot of women working to try to stop me, because I think these are pansies, if you ask me.
They got nothing better to do. They got nothing better to do than try to sabotage our podcast.
Well, here's the thing. Once I go to now I'm going to say it while we're at this point. We will be on Stitcher, we'll be on Spotify, and we'll be on Google Play, we'll be on Amazon, and will be on Son of a Bitcher and another
Okay.
95. So it doesn't matter what happens, whether you don't see what I'm going to show you, because I'll put what I'll show you on our BS show channel on YouTube, Stef The G-Man, and I'll let you see the visual there. How do you like that, guys?
Right.
I'm going to get my 25 million laughs if I can't get my
Right.
$25 million.
Gotcha.
As you were. Continue.
The 25 million. Are we going to do idioms for idiots now?
Yeah, we're ready for that. You know
Can
what?
you put it up?
I'm going to look to see right now. I got to look. Hold on.
Yeah.
But now, anybody who's here will be able to see in real time if they're going to mess with this. All I'm putting up is a picture, as you know. I click the button.
Gotcha.
And
idioms
it's
for
not
idiots.
coming up.
Yay! Yay!
Yay!
Idioms for idiots.
There we go.
That's our
See,
favorite.
now they
That's
let
our
me.
favorite. That's our favorite episode, I think, right now.
Right. So now you see it. Now you don't.
Right.
Now, mind you, I didn't click on you don't. So you figure out the rest. Anyway, tonight we're going to go into idioms for idiots, and I'm going to ask Alan, which I do every Thursday night. We've got a segment here, idioms for idiots, and we'll start with the first one.
Right.
Pull yourself together.
What are you trying to say? You were apart before? Were you a puzzle? You know, a Rector set or something that you were apart. Now you're putting yourself back together. To me, that doesn't make sense. But what do I know? Hey, I've been pretty much together most of my life. Well, I think I've been. Had a few little things fall out.
Sounds like it should be an erection set.
Yeah, or Lego. Put yourself together.
Lego my ego.
Right, Lego my ego. Yeah, a Lego set. Yeah.
Number 2, calm down.
As opposed to calm up. So what are you calming down from? What do you know? How come you can't calm up? If you can calm down, you got to be able to calm up. What goes up comes down, right?
Yes, I agree with you. Yeah.
That's what else you got?
You wonder who comes up with these things. Number 3, so far, so good.
Well, I hope it's good, because why would I be going so far if it wasn't so good? If it was bad, I wouldn't be going there, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't book no ticket on that Amtrak, that's for sure.
No, especially with Johnny Hands.
No, Johnny Hands, but yeah. Well, if he was hanging
Johnny
out with us,
Chinatown.
Yeah, that's right.
One hung low is his brother.
Well, they told him he had to get a real job.
Yeah,
he's on probation. That's the reason.
And Fung
he's hanging out
his
one.
cousin.
Yeah. Number 4.
Yeah.
Better late than never.
What does that mean? Better late than never. Why would you want to be late to begin with? So why is it better to be late than never?
Well, if you're retired, it is better late than never, because when you're retired, you
do whatever you want when you want to do it.
You get there when you get there. You know, it's like, oh, you're late. No, I'm not.
Right. I'm not going anywhere. I got no job to go to. Right.
I'm not punching the clock. No. So I like that one. Better late than never. Hey, be happy I showed up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5, call it a day.
What else are you going to call it? A weekend? Call it a day. I don't know. Call it a weekend. Call it a
night.
Shot. Call it I don't know. Call it a day.
Call it whatever you want. Yeah.
Is it the end of the day? Is it the start of the day? Beginning of the middle of the day? I don't know. Call it a day.
It doesn't even tell you what kind of day it's going to be.
No, it could be a sunny day. Could be a shitty day. Could be a cloudy day. Could be a rainy day. But call it a day.
You're right. Number 6, easy does it.
As opposed to not easy. The easy does it. So what does that mean? You're just taking it easy. You're just relaxing, doing nothing, as opposed to doing something and not taking it easy.
Yeah, easy does it. I mean, it's like eggs. Can I have some eggs easy over? You know.
Easy over as opposed to hard.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Here's a good one. Number 7, hang in there.
I think we missed one.
No, I changed the order. Hang in there.
Okay, hang in there. As opposed to hang out of there. hang out there.
Right.
And who's
I agree.
hanging? Why would you be hanging somewhere anyway? I'm not hanging on a hook, that's for sure, or in a hangar, that's for sure.
Yeah, we in the airport or something. Yeah, because I'm I hear them planes
Hang
every
in
day,
there.
so I look
Yep.
up and say, "Hang in there,"
I'm in a
There we
hangar.
go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm on a hook.
Here's the one that I flip. Getting
Yeah, you
out of
flipped off.
hand.
Yeah, you flipped
Yeah.
off that one. Yeah. Get out of hand, right?
Yeah.
What do you have in your hand that you're going to get out of your hand, first of all? Get out of hand. So what are you doing that's in your hand that you got to get out of? How much can you fit in your hand anyway? Get out of hand.
Not too much. Yeah.
The only thing I got in my hand right now is veins, and I don't know, I got a ring on my finger, but that's, whatever.
I got lines on my hand, just like Osama bin Laden and Barack Obama. If these guys don't let me show nothing tonight, I'll just show you. Go to our channel and
Right,
find out about. Maybe that's where they got the idea from Jackie Hands. To come
right.
up with that fake Osama Obama. And try to fool the American people. I should have asked. Matter of fact, when I go to massage next week, I'm going to ask Jackie Hands. By the way, do you know Barack? I don't know him as
Might,
Barack.
might be his
I
cousin.
know him. He's going to say, I don't know him as Barack. I know him as Prince Aduyade of Thailand.
Right. Might be his cousin in Thailand.
He's the guy, the marijuana connection out of the country that I went. I had to go to California to make my way across to Chicago to
To New
get
York.
caught on the train. And
Right.
I said, I need to make one phone call. So they asked me who I wanted to call. He goes, I want to call Prince
Osama
Aduyade,
Obama.
Barack Obama,
Right.
Osama Obama.
Osama Obama.
And because he made that phone call, he got off early.
Right. Gotcha.
All right,
Next.
all right. Number 9. Number
Yep.
9, number 9, number
Number
9.
nine.
Going
Play it
down the
backwards.
Chicago line, number 9, number 9. Missing the boat.
Why would you want to miss the boat for? If you miss the boat, you're going to end up in the water, most likely. I almost missed the boat when I went to Mexico about 15 years ago. I bought somebody a watch, and the guy set the watch to Mexican time. The only problem was the boat was on American time, and it was an hour behind. And we had to be rushed to the freaking boat. And I told the guy in the cab, I said, get me there as fast as you can. And he told me $50. When I got there, he charged me $75. And I said, well, you got me here at least, so here's your $75. Get lost, you jerk. And they hardly spoke English, too.
I had one guy try to do that to me in Montreal. I said, I'm downtown, and I said, take me over the Pont Champlain Bridge, right? Instead of taking me over the bridge I'm asking, he takes me over another bridge, like way out of the way. I go, why are you taking me out of the way? I told you the way I want to go. Oh, this is faster. I said, who's paying for this? I said, I am.
Right,
Turn around. Circle jerk.
right. Or
Like,
jerk,
I don't know
or
where I
jerk or
am.
circle.
It may be 1 o'clock.
We got a press secretary who likes to circle jerk back to things anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the administration for you. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Here we go. Number 10. Time flies when you're having fun.
I never saw time fly, number one. And if you're having fun, why would you want time to fly? If you're having fun, you want to take your time, want it to last longer.
Well,
And I never
Well,
knew
why
time
did
could fly. I only saw time on a clock usually.
yeah, I mean, like, why did the moron throw the clock out of the window? Because he wanted
They
to
want
see time fly.
Right, right.
Yeah, logical there. I had that joke
Absolutely.
there hidden. I had that joke buried there. See,
Bing, bing, bing,
yeah,
bing.
but that's what happens when we do this there, because we bring stuff out. So whether I show something, we're going to find something
Right.
in our segment of idioms for idiots.
Idioms for idiots.
Anybody out there? Idioms for idiots. We've got it on our YouTube channel. We have our own little segment there to show it, so you can actually hear the last 10 that we did. And for anyone watching the show, either tonight or in the future, you'll know that it's a regular segment. If you like it,
Right.
keep it locked here, because I don't think anybody else is doing this. Alan and I created this. It's our brainchild, and we're having fun with this. It's really fun, and I'm glad we did that
It's our
here.
child. I don't know if it's a brainchild, but it's our child, yeah. Between the two of us, I don't know if we got a brain, but that's besides the point.
We'll claim this one.
I know.
We'll claim it.
I know.
Alan,
Yes,
it's
sir.
joke time, story time. What you got?
Well, I live in a house with a lady who she's the landlord and I live there. And this goes back to your little train story a little bit, but anyway, so she was playing this because she likes to play casino online, and she was playing this casino game the other day called Motorhead, and this woman's about 72 years old. And I said, "Do you know what Motorhead really is?" And she said, "Really, I don't." And I said, "Well, first of all, Motorhead is when a guy is getting a BJ in a car and he's driving. And in case you don't know what BJ is, people, you better look that up because it's blowjob. But anyway, and I said also it's a group. And then from 1970, there was a group called Motorhead. They put out a couple of albums, 3 or 4 or 5 albums. And actually, there was a picture of the guy, the lead singer, lead guitar player, on the game, and she had no idea what the picture was. So I had to explain to her that it's the lead guitar player from Motorhead who put the group together. And they were real popular in the 70s and I think early 80s, and then they just kind of, I guess they split up or something. Bands usually don't stay together too long. I'm sure they're all playing with other people now, but she had no idea what Motorhead was or who Motorhead was or both. So I had to explain that to her. So maybe it's a guy thing. I
Did you
don't
have
know.
fun?
It could be a guy thing. I don't know. So.
Well, there's some things you can say to women, and it's okay, and other things that you have to shut your mouth.
Right.
You gotta be careful.
So, are we gonna do the trash talking now, or?
Well, I could try it. I'm
Let's
gonna go
try it.
try. I'm gonna try. If I can't
We have a new
try
segment called Trash Talking, and it's about
Right.
mainstream humor, which a lot of people stay away from, but we don't shy away from anything. We think it's funny as hell, so we're doing it. We don't care. We go against the norm.
Well, here we go. Let's see if we can try this.
Okay.
And
Try trash talking.
Interesting. None of my videos want to queue up here tonight. This is funny. So I will. Here we go. Let's see.
It's going on for a couple of seconds. That's all.
I'll try it one more time. So obviously somebody is trying to mess with my stream.
They're obviously playing with us now. So now they froze you a little bit. I can't hear you.
Try one last time.
All right. Apparently they're playing games with us, so we'll just go on with our segment.
Well, what's going to happen now is that I'm going to put it up, what I created, and I'll just put it up there on our BS channel. I'll do that later tonight or tomorrow, and people will get to see what they won't show you. But I'll basically tell you what you'll see there. You got to go there now because obviously, there's nothing that's bad, Alan. So this right now is showing me that I don't want to be on StreamYard and I really don't want to be on YouTube live. So what I'll do is I'll podcast to my heart's content, and it goes up when it goes up, and I don't have any heartache or headache, and they have no work, and I'm going to put somebody else out of work in this country because I'm tired of the shenanigans. And what they don't want you to see is me showing you that Barack Obama posed as Osama bin Laden. His name is Prince Day, and he's of Thailand, and I'm owed $25 million. And I think it's funny. That's right. I'm the one who put an end to the Osama.
And now they're making me let my voice echo a little bit.
Well, right now, I'm just going to say right now what I was going to say after I showed the video, but now you have to go to our channel to see it, because you will see it there. I guarantee you.
Right.
But what you're going to find out is that once Barack Obama sees it, he's going to be shitless, you know.
Right.
You're going to see the former president. He's going to see himself in a different light after he sees, you know, the video. He's going to be shitless, and after this program, he's going to be worried. They're going to have to put a catheter up his ass and vacuum it out with a rubber hose, because right now the guy is full of shit, and I want to like remove it all. I should get one of those porta potty companies to pull up to his house and say, Barack, bend over. We got to vacuum your ass out because you're a stinky motherfucker, you know?
Right. Well, you know, the article I sent you yesterday about he believes in aliens. Well, he's been living with one for about 25 years. So,
well, no, to take it a step further, Linda Jordan ran his social security number, and it's not valid. So he doesn't even have a United States valid social security number, which means he is an illegal alien. So you know what? You're right on point. And then she has to pay $13,000 to the Supreme Court for a frivolous claim. Not frivolous. Right. You know, I'm cracking up because I'm going to make him. He'll be bald when I get done with him. I'm telling you, he'll be bald because I'm not going to stop. Either I get my money, or let's say, Steph, you know, how much will it cost us to get you to stop? I don't think you got enough money, because when you could have paid me $25 million, you didn't. Now there's no amount of money that you could give me, because I'm going to get satisfaction. Because every night I'll put something out somewhere, somehow, and if I'm podcasting to 100 places, Alan, guess what? It'll reach the critical mass, because all we got to do is reach the critical mass, and people are going to be looking for us, but they're going to be looking for him. But while they're looking for him, I got a playlist on our site. I don't know if you saw it, and this is what people got to hear. Everybody's talking about Barack. I got a playlist. I got 17 videos on there, and what they didn't want me to do, I got to let you know, because I didn't really tell you. What they didn't want is me to show every week for 17 weeks one of those videos. Right. But
and I sent you some articles about Obama that was in a post yesterday, and then some that were about Biden the day before.
Well, I got to tell you,
what a great job he's doing with the country.
I don't get all your stuff. So that means I got to change the passwords on those things as well. So this is the sad shape of affairs it is. They're trying very hard to discourage me and discredit me for my research. I have people all over the world contact me about some of the things I've researched, and they don't like the fact that I've exposed quite a bit. But now I'm doing it in comedy. But they don't seem to want me to do the comedy. You're one of the funniest guys on the planet, and we're about to show it, you know. So that's my Barack Obama thing. Now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Being I can't show you, I'm going to try to bring up a picture, and I'll tell the audience what we're trying to do. Maybe this is better, because now it's going to make me go back to being a radio guy, because I did blog talk radio before. Not a big deal. I know how to do it. So we're going to start out with a familiar face. Can I show President Joe Biden's face, please? Joey, there you go.
Biden.
Yeah.
As I call
there he is.
Yep.
47 years.
He's done nothing. Now we know why.
Oh, yeah. Well, see who he's hanging out. You know what they say, Alan? If you want to judge someone, you take a look at their friends. Well, look who he's hanging out with, you know, illegal alien Barack Obama.
Yep.
Remember they gave Yeah, let me just finish this thought. Remember when they gave all that money to Iran, you know, cash?
Correct.
What the hell was that about?
Because he was getting, part of it's going to Hunter's business account to pay off the strippers.
That kid's deranged. There's even rumors in his family that he molested some of the family members. That kid's out
Yeah.
of his mind.
Yeah. Well, that's to cover some of his drugs and his strippers that he likes to be with.
Yeah. So now we got another one I want to show you.
Yeah.
Can I show people the vice president,
Yeah.
please? Kamala Harris.
Right. Or as I call her, Hooker Harris. Slept her
There
way
we
to the
go.
top. If she
Yeah,
hadn't
that
gone
she
down
did.
on downtown Willie Brown, she would never got where she is.
Willie Brown. Let's see. There's
Downtown
Willie.
Willie Brown.
There he is.
If she
She
hadn't
just
gone
got.
down on him, she would never be where she is now.
Why do you think he's smiling? He just got head. Shit.
Yeah, you got Motorhead
said-
probably. Probably got Motorhead in the car.
He said, "Can we do it again?" She says, "Absolutely."
Right. Let me get rid of my gum. Let me throw my gum out. I don't want to swallow it at the same time.
Yeah, that's funny. Wait a minute. We got one that you'll like. Here's one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the big joke? I'm going to be
Yep.
vice president.
Right.
Here we go. Here's one for
Oh, clueless freaking Phil. Doesn't have a clue in the world of what's going on in New Jersey. Just follows along with everybody else. Whatever New York, Connecticut do, he does. He don't have a brain in his head.
I hate to say it, but if I went to a mental hospital, he looks like one of the patients I'd see.
He looks like one flew over the cuckoo's nest,
Yeah, Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he belongs there with Doc, with the Indian chief and the other guys. Yeah. Matter of fact, they might throw him out. They might throw him under the bus, actually.
Yeah, throw him under the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a piece of work, huh?
Oh, he's a piece of work, all right. We just don't know what work he is.
Yeah. I got one more for you.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. State of confusion.
Oh, that's Mario. I no offense to gay people, homo. Cuomo to homo. But I don't mean to pick on gay people. That's an insult to gay people. But it just so happens that Cuomo and homo kind of rhyme. So let me ask you something. Nobody's asking Sandra D why she moved out to California after 14 years of being with him. Nobody. There's a reason why she went all the way across country. She didn't go to Chicago. She didn't go to Pittsburgh. She didn't go to Dallas. She went to freaking California, as far as she could get away from this guy. And nobody's asking her why she moved. According to them, she moved because he was getting too involved politically. He's been politically involved for 14 years. So that's just a cover up for her. He probably might have paid her off not to open her mouth.
Well, one of the things that really should be more discussed is how he let 12,000 people or so die,
right,
taking them from hospitals, putting them to nursing homes, when Trump sent 2 ships to New York's harbor and he refused to use both of them.
Right.
Then there were people, Alan, that one person went up to the hospital. They said their mother or father had died, and it's Jersey, I think. And they went up there and they unzipped the bag, and the person was still alive.
Yeah, now he said something about in a post today that he wrote a book and he's getting $5 million from that book about COVID and how he handled it. Really? You killed half the freaking state, you jerk.
You know what? I got something for you. I just thought about this just now, right? And I would love to talk to Sammy Gravano, right? Because he's the big canary now. Right now he's on TV, YouTube, or whatever. And I would like to ask him, because when I saw in the St. John Cemetery his father, Mario Cuomo, and all their crypts there, right next to the wise guys there, I realized if I could talk to Sammy Gravano, or maybe Sammy Gravano would do a show about it and tell us how mobbed up his father was, Mario Cuomo, to become governor, and how this little piece of asswipe, became the governor. Emperor.
And then don't forget about his brother, Chris Fredo Cuomo, who's got rocks in his socks. So every time
I think lifting weights, I think one of the weights must have hit him in the head, is what I think. So.
Right.
But we got to get Sammy Gravano on the show, and because I like to know, because he was talking about the Kennedy assassination, how the mob was involved in that hit and everything, why, and I think we discussed that in our previous program. But I'd like to know, like how they chose Mario Cuomo, because his
Right.
sons can't put sentences together. So it wasn't
Right.
because they're eloquent in speech and
Right.
intelligent.
Listen,
So
between Governor Cuomo and the jerk, as I call him, De Blasio, they have destroyed New York City completely. Destroyed. The tourists are hardly ever going to come back. The subway crime was every day in the paper, somebody getting stabbed or shot at
well,
or
there
slashed.
was just there was just a shooting right here where I am last night, and not too
Right.
far, about 20 blocks from where I'm at. I don't want to give away my underground location, but
Right.
uh, I heard it, and I said to myself, man, I said, I got to be very careful, because it was a domestic or it was a drive-by, whatever, but kids are killed, and stray bullets, can hit their mark, and sometimes they're not a stray bullet, it could be a vendetta or whatever. But
Right.
one of the things I wanted to ask you about, there was a parade in New York,
Right.
the gay parade, the gay pride parade, I guess that's what
Right.
it's called,
Right.
and I skimmed through the TV channels, and I see that it says that NYPD were not allowed to
Correct.
attend.
Correct. That's
So,
disgraceful because they're the ones that protect those people. I mean, I listen, I have friends that are gay and I don't have a problem with that, but they get into squabbles with themselves and are they going to beat the hell out of each other and nobody's going to help them? What? I don't know. I guess not.
if they need a police officer, they can't get one.
Well, why,
You know.
the village people, I guess, couldn't help them out because one of those guys was a cop. One was a,
Wait. Speaking of village people, wait a minute. I think I know why the police weren't allowed. Because you had
what?
some impersonators dressed up like the village people, and I think
Right,
you had Governor Cuomo there as the cop, right? You had Hooker Harris there, right? Clueless
right,
Phil was there. You know, Joe the Plumber Biden was there, and they're all there. And Willie Brown would have been there, but Willie Brown's crossed over, right? He's
right.
gone now, right? So
Yep.
he's no longer downtown Willie Brown. He's now under the
Just
ground
down.
Willie Brown.
Just
Under the
down.
ground.
Just down, Willie Brown.
Yeah.
Forget downtown. He ain't going downtown no more. He's down. So let me tell you about. We were going to do a segment about trash talk, and that was in case anybody didn't listen to the beginning of this. It's all about bathroom humor, and I got to tell you a couple of stories that happened to me this week with bathrooms, as I do every week. Um, I went to a flea market in Pennsylvania. It's supposed to be one of the best ones in Pennsylvania, called Rice Flea Market. My girlfriend said she had been there 20 years ago. It was real big and real nice. And we got there. Um, we realized it wasn't as big as it was before. And we spoke to somebody who's been going there for 20 years as a vendor, and she said, this is not like it used to be. And we had stopped at IHOP on the way, and I take some medicine. Sometimes my medicine doesn't mix well with breakfast for some reason. Not every day, but sometimes. And today, it just so happened that it didn't mix well. So she wanted to buy some plants, and there was one area where it was all flowers and plants and all the kind of stuff. And so I said, listen, go over there. I'll meet you over there. I have to go to the bathroom. And nobody knew where the bathroom was, first of all. I walked down all the way down one end, and they tell me it's all the way back at the other end where I was. I walked all the way back there. Lucky I didn't have to go that bad, because otherwise I would have had a problem. My pants weren't brown at the time. They were blue, so I was hoping I could hold it. But anyway, so I walk into the bathroom, and there's a valet, and I noticed that there's urinals, and there's also stalls, but the stalls they don't have doors on them. They have like double curtains, double heavy duty curtains, so you really can't see who's in the stalls. So I go to get this stall number 2, and I see this guy peeing in there. So the valet says, "How come you're not going in?" And I said, "Well, I don't think the guy wants to be porked in the rear end while he's peeing." So I went in stall number 4, but I couldn't understand, and I had to sit down. And I don't understand why they had these double curtains. Why did they have a door under each for each stall? I didn't get it. I've never seen that before in my entire life. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. So I had to tell that story. And
It's
then,
like a double
yeah,
Dutch bus, right?
yeah, it was really strange. Matter of fact, I guess if you light the curtains, you could have probably taken them home, which I guess I need new shower curtains. I'm taking it, and there'd be nothing there. But. But anyway, so on the way home, my girlfriend had an oil change done on her car, and we went to this place called Ross. It's like a TJ Maxx type of thing. I call it a schlock house in waiting, which means they sell everything and it's all mumble jumbo and whatever. But she was bringing something back there, and I had to take a pee. So I said to the lady, where's the bathroom at? She said, all the way in the back, but I got to send somebody back there with you. So I go back there and I'm waiting and waiting. I hear, and someone, Clara, go back to the bathroom. So Clara comes and I said, what's the problem? Why can't I go to the bathroom? She goes, well, there's a punch code like in a place, like in Whole Foods, and that I had to write a code in to go to the bathroom, which I've never seen in my life. Now I've seen it twice in the last 3 weeks. They won't let you go to the bathroom if you're not buying something in that store. And I spoke to a very good friend of mine in California, and he said that's a normal thing out there. So apparently we're following what Gruesome Newsom is doing in California, apparently.
Oh, speaking of which, a good friend of mine, Barry, who is a longtime New Jersey resident, now is in California. So he calls me yesterday, and he said, I wanted to call you, see how you're doing. We're talking. So I asked him, by the way, Barry, tell me about the pandemic, the mask out there in Mount Shasta. He says, I don't wear the mask. He says, I don't wear the mask. He says, I only wear it if I had to go into a store. He said, but I don't wear it at all. I said, what about anybody else I know, the circle of people that I know? He goes, nobody's wearing it. So, and the funny thing is, like where he is, you go up the mountain, like 10,000 feet up.
Right.
And they have monitors up there in the U.S. Forest Service. Would probably tell you, oh, by the way, put your mask on. You're 10,000 feet above the city, right? Do you really need your mask?
Right.
I mean, come on now. I mean, this is just, or if you're driving in a car and you're by yourself, you got a mask on?
Well, some people look better with a mask on. They're driving by themselves.
The only mask, you should never have to wear a mask. I mean, look at Barack Obama. Look at the trouble he got in by wearing a mask and posing as Osama bin Laden. I think they should outlaw masks because of him. Is what I think. They should outlaw Halloween. Matter of fact,
they may do that. They're taking away Columbus Day in New York, so they might take away Halloween too. And they might go for Thanksgiving too, because it's a mockery on the pilgrims. We don't want to insult the pilgrims anymore.
Well, the pilgrims came over and on the ship, the Mayflower. I think 21 of the people on the ship were indentured servants to come here to work for the British. So they already brought their flunkies with them coming over on the Mayflower. People don't realize that.
I think we got some flunkies in the White House now.
I don't even know if they're in that White House.
I don't know. I gotta ask a question. How come he hasn't banned the word White House yet? It's going to be a neutral color house soon.
Well, why don't they just call it what they should call it, the outhouse?
Right. Well, he may be out if he doesn't watch it before he knows it. He may be out
right now. Right now, my screen flipped on and flipped off, so they're trying to knock me off here because of what I said.
And they're making my voice echo a little bit.
Well, don't worry, I'll fix it later. But here's the interesting thing. I mean, there's been people rumored to say that the White House is a stage over there in Culver City in the studio there, where a lot of the stuff is being filmed. It's not even filmed in Washington. And so it's just interesting. I just think that somebody should grab this guy outside of the District of Columbia and make a citizen's arrest. That's what I think.
Well, I call him backward to buffoon Biden.
Yeah, well.
And I don't mean to pick on buffoons.
And now they wanted the Attorney General of New York wants to go after Trump for tax evasion or whatever. And Trump got on and said today something about, he goes, well, they've got nothing. They got to find something because, they want to keep going at him. Now, what do you want to crucify him next? He's not in office 5 months now. Right. Leave the man alone. It's to go after his lawyer, Giuliani. I mean, he was the mayor of New York. I mean, why don't they go after?
Did you read that Giuliani's son is going to run for mayor of New York, and he was Trump's advisor for 4 years also. So he very possibly because De Blasio has killed, as I call him, the jerk, has killed New York City. Totally killed.
Well, when he went in front of Trump's building on 57th Street, and he painted with the protesters Black Lives Matter in front on Fifth Avenue, and the most exclusive street in New York. If anybody hasn't been there to see, it's a shame that he partook in that. And how childish can he be?
Right.
I don't care if you married a black woman, you know.
Right.
That so you're going to show that you're not a honky and do that to Trump? Well, I'm not a honk. I may be white, but I'm not a honky. No, you're
Right.
ignorant, is what you are.
Right.
It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's about the right thing.
Right. Well, De Blasio's he's clueless anyway. Him and Murphy are both clueless people. They don't have a clue what they're doing. They're both screwing up two states. You know, it's just terrible, man. Just terrible.
Well,
As I
now
call
you got
clueless, as I call clueless Phil, one and done if he makes it.
yeah. You got State of Confusion 1 and State of Confusion Part 2 where you're in.
And we're not
Take
sure
your
which one. We're not sure which is one and which is two though, because they're both screwing us, both states up. You know. Listen, he raised taxes. He raised the tolls while half the state was out of work, and he raised the gas while half the state's out of work. I mean, really? Where's your brains at, pal? Where's your brains at? And of course, there was a cyber attack in Linden, which is also New Jersey, on Colonial Pipeline, which serves half the northeast and southeast states. So how you let that happen, genius?
Yeah, like my friend just chimed in on the chat and Senator Star's channel. Hollow
Right.
Earth. This is my man Chris, my
Okay.
Hollow Earth buddy, and
Hello,
basically he
Chris.
says, "I went to use the bathroom in a park on the rich end of town, and there was no stall door. I saw a maintenance guy in the park, and he says it never had one. I said, this is complete BS. Kids use those."
Right.
Total bullcrap, he goes on to say. And then he says, "I would have been petrified to take a crap with an open stall as a child."
Right. Absolutely.
So, Chris, we're acknowledging you. Thank you for chiming in there with
Right.
the channel.
And there's one
For
other
anybody,
story that Chris just reminded me of actually, and I meant to tell it before and I forgot actually. When I was a Lyft driver, I took a lady down to exit 4 on a turnpike, and I live between 11 and 10, so it was a pretty nice ride. And I took her to this small town outside of Cherry Hill, and I said to the guy, "You have a bathroom?" And I got gas, and I went to get to the bathroom, and I didn't have my phone with me. I wish I would have had it with me because there was a sign over the toilet as I'm peeing that says, "Do not throw toilet paper in the toilet." Where are you supposed to throw it? On the floor in the garbage can? What? Let me take a shit and throw it on the floor, and you know, I didn't understand that sign, but it was kind of weird. I wish I'd had my camera with me because I would have taken a picture of it. I swear. You can't make this up. You can't. You can't. You know.
well,
So
it's no different than going to New York to try to use a restroom in New York. There isn't
well, we
any.
know that the story with the Whole Foods where I didn't have the receipt to punch the number in, and luckily the lady gave it to me, and I gave it to somebody else, and luckily they got in. Otherwise, I would have peed on the freaking floor. And if you got to take a shit, I guess you would have shit on the floor. That's all. Screw it. Hey, these are your rules. Let me. I got to go. That's the way it is. And I think I told the story in one of the other shows, but I'm gonna tell it again. Again, when I'm driving for Lyft one day, I take somebody to 72nd and First Avenue, and it's a pretty long ride from where I am to. It's about an hour ride. So I had eaten a lunch, and I decided it was a cold day, and I had to go to the bathroom again, and I can't find a place to stop. And I see this little. I'm heading for the Lincoln Tunnel. I see this little deli around 54th and 9th, I believe, something like that. I know it was on 9th Avenue. I'm not sure. It was 50s or 60s. I'm not sure. And I pull over and I put my flashers on. I run in. I said to the guy, "Listen, could you watch my car? Because I got to take a pee. Is there a bathroom here?" He goes, "Yeah, behind that door, there's a bathroom." So there's a little door, and it's like separating the deli from the kitchen that he had. And so I knock on the bathroom door, and there's some guy in it taking a crap. And I'm like, "Oh shit, I got to go really, I can't hold it, man. I'm really in bad shape here." So I said to the guy, "There's somebody in the bathroom." He goes, "Oh, it must be my helper. The guy who washes my pots and pans and helps me out." And I said, "Listen, I can't hold this thing, man. I got to go." And he's like, "Well, he'll be out in a couple of minutes." Well, he had a slop sink and some pots in it, and I moved him to the side, and I peed in this slop sink, and he had a sprayer, and I sprayed it out, and I went out the door, and he goes, "What's going on?" I said, "Listen, I can't hold it. I got to go." and I left, and I pulled out going through the Lincoln Tunnel, and he never knew that I peed in the slop sink. I did spray it
He
out
never
though. I did
told.
spray it with the sprayer though. I didn't just leave it there. I sprayed it, But you gotta go. You gotta go. I mean, it was just the way it was. I couldn't hold it. It was a pretty cold day, and the cold weather, and I had drank a couple of sodas, and just I couldn't hold it that day, and so I just decided, hey, the slop sink was better than nothing. I wasn't ruining my pants, you know. So
That could be an idiom for idiots. When you got to go, you got to
you
go.
gotta go. That's right. So speaking about that, Steph, I'm down to about 15, but we got 10 minutes left, so that's okay. 9 minutes left, so. Um,
Well, you know what? Let me try one last time to get that thing I wanted to show you. And if
yeah,
not, then I'll have to see it on YouTube. So,
yeah,
guys, stop messing with the show.
yeah. They're not stop.
You shit-kicking, stinky horse-smelling motherfucker, you!
You dirt-eating piece of slime! You scum-sucking pig! You son of a motherless goat!
No business born insecure junkyard motherfucker!
You're a fucking secretary. Fuck you! Yeah, that's my message to you. Fuck you and kiss my ass.
You're an emotional fucking cripple. Your soul is dog shit. Every single fucking thing about you is ugly.
You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell.
I don't like your jerk-off name. I don't like your jerk-off face. I don't like your jerk-off behavior. And I don't like you. Jerk-off.
That was good, Steph. That was good. Hey, I got one more trash talking story actually, which I told once before, but I'm going to tell it again. I left Florida about 10 years ago. I was with somebody for a couple of years, and one of my very close friends was down there visiting his father, and he decided he was going to drive back up with me. And so we get to South Carolina the first day, and I drove the whole day, and he was supposed to drive the next day. And even as kids, he didn't like to drive. He used to get his mother's car, who was my mother's best friend, and he'd pull up at my house, and we'd go to the end of my street, and we switched drivers because he hated to drive. And I drove his mother's car more than he did. I drove almost every day. But anyway, so the second day, it's drizzling a little bit, and he gets behind the wheel, and we're going, and he's kind of like shaking. He doesn't really want to drive. And actually, for breakfast, I got to back this up. For breakfast, there was a Waffle House across from our hotel, and we had eaten dinner there because it was Super Bowl Sunday. We saw the end of the game there, and we went to bed because we were driving all day. And so here it is the next day, and he orders biscuits and gravy, which is something he truly loved, but he hadn't had it in 20 years. And I said, don't get that because you don't know how it's going to, react on your system. And he insists on, I love it, I love it, I love it, I want to get it, I want to get it, I want to get it. And so he orders it. And we're in Maryland, and I'm driving now. And he says, you got to stop at this next rest area. You must stop. I have to go to the bathroom really bad. I got to take a crap very bad, and I can't hold it. You're going to have to stop. So I said, okay. So we were supposed to be in Jersey that night at 5 o'clock. And he went to the bathroom, and in the meantime, it cleaned him out, and he actually got diverticulitis from this. He was in there for 3 hours, and they were trying to close the bathroom. They couldn't close it because he was the only one in there. And instead of getting to Jersey at 5 o'clock that day, we got to Jersey at 8 o'clock, 8:30 that night. So it's a kind of funny story, and I'm going to send this to him because I don't think he heard the first time we did this. And his brother also didn't hear it, who I'm very good friends with, my best friend also. And it's just a funny story, man. I told him not to order it, and he don't believe me. And it cleaned him out for 3 hours. And the maintenance guy kept saying, I gotta shut the bathroom. I gotta shut the bathroom. I said, the guy's going to the bathroom. What's wrong with him? I go, I don't know. Every time he gets up, he keeps coming out of him. And he actually got diverticulitis from it. He probably might have had that before. I don't know, but the biscuits and gravies just went right through him, man, within a couple of hours. It took a good 5 hours maybe, but it went through him, maybe.
It's like getting sick in Mexico, Montezuma's revenge,
I think that was more than Montezuma's revenge. That was South Carolina garbage, if you ask me. That's what you get for having grits and biscuits and gravy and grits or whatever the hell he had. I don't know. And this was about 10 years ago. So.
I lived down south for about 10 years in different places, right. And I never liked that type of food, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah. I'm not a grits person. I'm not a biscuits and gravy person. I think I got a sausage and cheese sandwich or something that morning. And I told him not to order it, but he insisted on it. So
you live and learn.
He paid the price for that. It wasn't Price is Right. That was The Price is Wrong.
Yeah. Alan, let me ask you, why should people tune into our program? Tell me why.
Why should they not tune into our program? We have innovative composition. We have things that nobody else talks about. We talk about everyday life. We have idioms for idiots. We have now trash talking, which people are afraid to talk about bathroom stories, which I think are very funny. We have to analyze this, and we talk about modern day things that are happening in our states and the politicians that are in office. And we're not afraid to talk about anybody or anything. And I always say at every show, if you like us, listen to us. And if you don't, you don't. Listen, there's commercials and there's TV shows that I don't like, and I don't watch them and I don't listen to them. I talk about Michael Kay, and there are times, quite often, when I watch the Yankees, I'm a big Yankee fan, well, I turn the sound off. I can see what's going on. I know baseball as well as he does, if not better.
Probably better. We're going to do a show in the near future about baseball. I guarantee you that. Right now, we're getting close to the hour mark, and I want to tell people, go to our BS show channel, Stef The G-Man on YouTube, and whatever you can't see here, I'll put it up on its own, a standalone trailer. I'll call it something similar. And also, going forward, we'll have podcasts up the yin yang, and you'll be able to listen to at least half-hour segments as I put them up and give you the best of in each program. Or even Al and I will get together and we'll create a show so that way you can partake in
a trailer teaser, we call it.
Exactly. So it's been fun tonight. Alan, I want to thank you very much tonight. And
always fun, man. We always have fun. We always talk about a lot of stuff, and we just let it all hang out. It's two guys just throwing the bull for about an hour. Everything and everybody, it's fair game.
Well, I want to thank you again, and here's where we sign off. So I'm going to say good night, sweetheart.
Sayonara, shalom. See you next week. My compadre.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
hate to leave you, I really must say. Good night, sweetheart, good night. See ya. Mother, oh, and your father. Why did I stay here too long? One kiss in the dark, and I'll be going, you know. I hate to go. Good night, sweetheart.